regardless, my point is that sleeping properly and well is probably the highest leverage thing you could do, and anything else does not even compare until you've checked that off.
I think, like, for example, for me, like, I spend a lot of money on health. Like, I probably spend thousands of dollars a month on just health benefits. Welcome to Entropy. My name's Aman. I'm a YouTuber and entrepreneur.
I'm Aadil. I'm a former quant and current AI engineer.
We're two brothers working in tech and business.
And you're listening to The Entropy Show,
the weekly podcast where we discuss self-improvement,
focus, and the fight against disorder in our lives. This is Entropy.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Entropy. Aadil, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I just moved out here to SF last week. Started a new role. I joined Harvey AI, so it's the leading legal AI tech company. Started as an engineer this week and getting used to the new role and seeing what's up at Harvey.
So what's the new apartment like? I heard that you were in Berkeley subleasing your girlfriend's apartment in Berkeley for a while. You were kind of like a, not homeless, but you were like a drifter.
I was like a nomad for a year.
Yeah, you spent like a year nomading. So like, tell me about what it was like nomading for a year and now finally settling down in your own apartment.
Yeah, we talked about this in the episode of the FTs, but a huge reason why I decided to quit puttering around about doing different startups and having them not work. I mean, okay, we raised for some of them, so like it wasn't complete nonsense, but wasn't like I didn't achieve any success yet in my startups, right? But I wanted just to have my own apartment and live a normal life and live a balanced life, and was kind of done with the nomading lifestyle. So I moved out here to SF. I live in Rincon Hill. So that's quite near the financial district where my office is. So Rincon Hill, it has these high-rise buildings, and it's near the financial district. So I'm like the 35th floor.
So you must have some nice view then.
Yeah, it's a nice view I have.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's a nice place. I'm happy I have my own space now.
Yeah, I feel like most people don't have that mindset when it comes to spending on rent. I think most people I talk to have a very short-term mindset when it comes to money. Like the vast majority of people I talk to, like, for example, I was talking to a friend about spending to be in a place like New York or SF. Like the amount that you spend and why it's useful to actually spend to get a luxury, nice apartment. And most people I talk to kind of default to like, oh, you don't need that though. Like you don't need the floor-to-ceiling windows. You don't need the gym in the apartment. But the way it seems like both of us see it is that most people don't consider like what could come from the benefits of having this here. Like living in a safe, pleasant area, like the amount of mental freedom you have when you're not worried about the guys walking around the street. Or like, for example,
it's a very simple calculus. Okay.
Yeah.
The state of the universe, let's say, S sub 1 is like, okay, the state of the universe is you have mental, like your mind is thinking about like the weird like guys like coming into your building. It's like a small place, you can't focus well. There's not good lighting to help you focus. It's a little bit like dirty. Maybe there's an infestation going on or something in your apartment. Yeah. It's like an old building.
The neighbor's getting evicted.
Like how much less work are you going to do in that scenario? How much less work in the long term will you do? And what does the trajectory of your life look like versus S sub 2? Scenario 2 is like you have none of these problems. It's a nice place. You have peace of mind, nice lighting. You want to work. When I moved here, the first thing I realized is like this place makes me want to do things because it's nice. I have peace of mind.
I think we talked about this. Maybe we talked about this last episode, but studies show that when you fix up a neighborhood, crime goes down. Like you fix the windows and stuff, crime goes down. Like why would that be the case? Like why when you clean the street, like criminals don't want to do like negative behavior there? It's because like their environment encourages them to act a certain way. So if a criminal walks around and sees a broken window and like some dirt on the street, they think this is the place where I can do nefarious behavior and it's accepted and fine because the environment dictates that. But as soon as they walk into like a clean area, windows are nice and polished, everything's nice, like psychologically they don't want to do something there that's like negative. They want to like conform to the environment. And I think it's the same thing here. I do think there is a bit of a danger though. Like there can be the other extreme. I feel like a company you worked with in the past had a bunch of funding and then immediately got a penthouse in New York City. And I feel like that's
Yeah.
kind of the opposite
Well,
direction.
obviously it's a balance.
Yeah.
It's like a convex curve, right? It's a U-shaped curve. And that the things you want to spend on, like good lighting, enough space so your mind doesn't feel like you're in a small room. A, a more safe environment, and a building that's newer so it doesn't have like random leaks happening all the time, right? These things help you in the long term. Obviously, luxury for luxury's sake is not useful, or there's huge diminishing returns in terms of the capital you invest.
Yeah. Like a lot of these apartments, once you start to get into luxury apartment space, they'll just be like 3 to 5K more per month for like almost no reason. Like a lot of the times.
It'll be bigger. It'll have a better view. It'll be in a better area. Better area means like the premier area of the city.
Yeah, it'll be like in like a little bit of a better area. Like the view will be like a little bit better, like some slightly bigger windows. The amenities will be slightly nicer, like the doorman will be like more qualified or whatever. Like the like the couches will be nicer down there. It'll be like a higher clientele. But these are marginal gains. And it'll be like a 3K difference. So it'll be like a 6K per month one bed versus like an 8.5K a month one bed.
Yeah, and the area will have like, people will think it's nicer because it has like the best restaurants in the city or something.
Yeah, it'll be like slightly better.
You're paying 3K a month for like the restaurants in the area.
Yeah, you're paying 3K a month just to be near some nice restaurants.
Yeah.
So I think you definitely hit diminishing returns, but based on my experience, and it sounds like your experience as well, going through not living in a good place. Like I don't think your living quarters for the last 36 months are very good, right?
They were okay, but they weren't like a nice luxury apartment with good lighting.
And did you feel costs in your daily life? Like, did you feel like there's an inconvenience happening? Like every once in a while, like, oh, this thing happens, that thing happens.
Yeah, like every time, like I just saw silverfish standing there on the wall.
What's a silverfish? It's a bug, right?
Yeah. Or like I picked up my clothes out of my laundry basket and I saw silverfish running around in circles in the hamper.
Yeah. It's just an annoyance.
Like, dude, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like when you want to do great things, you need a very simple, optimized life. Like these small daily negatives, like success comes from very few decisions. Like it's like the more advanced you get in life, it's more about your decision making, and you want to just like sit and ponder and like learn. Like the most advanced individual out there is the investor. It's like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett spends all day long reading, thinking, and making a few picks a year.
Yeah, and like, he'll choose to make like 2 to 4 decisions or something a year.
Yeah. All he does, he's like, he makes 2 or 4 decisions every year, and everything is centered around those decisions. And as you like progress in your like life and business journey, that's what you start to get to. You become the person who just it's your judgment that is valued more than anything else. And even with me, I'm starting to see that more and more and more. Like for example, my role at this company is now it's a lot of just 50% is hiring and training. Right? It's like picking the right people to do a job. No longer is it me thinking, oh, I'm just going to do, it's not doing the work anymore. My job is not doing the work much anymore. It's picking the right person, training them, and making sure they can do the job and making sure all the people are working together properly. So it's less about just like grunt work and time as it is like clean mental thinking. So I think all of these investments are totally worth it. Similarly, I think health investments are, almost every health investment is 100% worth it. Almost every single one. Can you think of an investment in your health?
There are huge diminishing returns on health investments too.
Yeah.
So, for example, I'm pretty sure the data on cold plunge is kind of inconclusive. You don't need to buy a cold plunge and then justify its status for your health, right? Given the data is kind of inconclusive in terms of long-term effects.
Yeah, I mean the data for cold plunges are like not as conclusive, but in terms of like the mental benefits you get by like going in the cold plunge every day.
But then it's just an investment. But it's not. That's because your productivity, not your health.
But I see health and productivity as one. Like when I make a health investment, I think of my productivity as part of it.
My point is there is a spectrum of like the benefits you get on your health.
Yeah.
On these health investments. Dude, if your health is already like a 90 out of 100 and you're going to spend like an extra 5K a month to get to like 90.5, like is that justifiable? If you're spending, let's say you spend 20K a month from going from 90 to 90.5 and you only make 30K post-tax a month, is that worth it? No.
I don't think, I guess that you're correct with that exact framework. I don't think people are anywhere near diminishing returns for health.
Okay, yeah,
Can you
that's
name
true.
one person in our life who's at diminishing returns for health? Not me,
Both,
not
dude,
you.
most people don't even sleep at the same time every day.
Yeah. I think I can name a couple guys like Brian Johnson,
Yeah.
who spends $2 million a year. He's okay, fine. Brian Johnson is at diminishing returns for health, but he's a human science experiment. But like no one, I don't know a single. I've never met a single person who's actually at diminishing returns, or like, yeah, I can't think of a single person who's like actually at that point where that investment is not worth it for health. Name one guy.
I think like health spas kind of market these things as healthy for you, but if you actually think about it, it kind of takes you from a 50 to a 50.1, but it'll charge you like $600 for an hour or something. And people go to that.
Well,
Instead
okay,
of
what's
just,
in a
they'll
health
like go to a
spa?
health
Like a
spa and
tonic
get, like go, I don't know what's in there. They'll go to a health spa and get like a green drink for $30, but then they'll like go out and party and drink alcohol on like
Yeah.
2 nights of the week instead.
Okay. That is just shoddy decision making. I think that is more about like the feeling cool that you're in the health spa. Like, okay,
It's just,
it's
like,
not about
they
health.
they don't fundamentally understand the 99.1 in terms of the decisions that actually impact your health.
Yeah. I mean, there are people
Dude,
who
like you realize like if you sleep at the same time every day for 8 to 9 hours and sleep properly, you've already done the 80-20 of health in general.
not just that one thing. But that does
Assuming your diet and exercise are okay, you're already 80-20 just by that. Just by that.
I would say of the 4 or 5 big things you can do, that gets you like that. If there's like, okay, if health is a scale from 0 to 100, just sleeping at the same time every day and being in bed with your eyes closed for 9 hours and 20 minutes or so, that gets you 30 to 40 points on the scale of 100 of health. Just that one behavior.
Dude, I would argue sleep is half, 50 out of 100.
You think sleep is half? You
points.
think like just doing that, you can have the
Think about
worst
it.
diet. You can have 0 on diet, 0 on exercise.
Not
And you'll be 50 out of
0.
100.
Obviously, it's not like a stacking thing. It's more of like a multiplying thing. Like obviously, if you sleep like that, but you drink 10 Cokes a day, okay, you just multiply that by 0, okay.
Yeah.
But my point was assuming like you like exercise once or twice a week and eat okay, then you're 80-20 just by sleeping properly.
I think the lack of exercise is a negative in this chart. Meaning like exercise, like I exercise okay.
Regardless, my point is that sleeping properly and well is probably the highest leverage thing you could do, and anything else does not even compare until you've checked that off.
Yeah.
In terms of the leverage and the difference you could make.
I agree in terms of bang for your buck 100%. Like it's not that hard to sleep on time. Like okay, I mean I know you've struggled for years with sleeping on time. This has like been a saga on the podcast. It's like you talking about like waking up early and sleeping on time and stuff. I think for the past like 3 to 5 years you've gone through phases of sleeping on time. I don't know where you stand on this now. But I think in terms of bang for your buck, like how do you max out VO2 max? That's like 4 hours of zone 2 per week and like 1 to 2 hours of dedicated VO2 max training per week. Maybe like an hour of dedicated VO2 max training per week. That's like 5-hour commitment per week of just dedicated, focused, difficult work to get that. Whereas sleeping, just go in the bed and get up after 9 hours.
Well, it's not that simple. You have to stop eating before. You have to have your wind down routine. You have to turn off the lights, etc. Like there's a whole sleep hygiene thing. But my point is that if your sleep is not good, it doesn't, like, why would you spend any other time trying to improve your health except fixing that? It doesn't make any sense.
I agree that sleep is probably the highest leverage move. I guess it also depends on like what's easier, right? So let's say sleep gets you a 5 out of 10 and cardio is a 3 out of 10 move and you just can't crack sleep for some reason. It's like for some reason based on your unique physiology and like wherever you are as a person, sleep is just hard for you to get. But a cardio is like a very easy thing that's somehow based on like the way your brain works. Like it's easier for you to do more cardio than sleep. I think Casey Neistat is an example of this. Like he would sleep 4 hours a night and like run marathons all the time.
Yeah, I don't think he's probably not very healthy.
He's not very healthy. But I'm saying like given the two options, right? There are some people who should invest in exercise before sleep because they just can't crack sleep for some reason.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess long story short, kind of going back to the point on this, I think almost every health investment that's like an actual health investment is worth it. Sure. And there's an ordering effect too. Like obviously you said like certain things are worth ordering and like there's diminishing returns. And I understand your point on like there's a place here called Dose Yoga and Smoothie. It's like a yoga place where they sell smoothies there too. Like I'm sure like many people who go there, they like do their yoga, but then they also party every weekend too. Probably,
Yeah.
and they probably drink very, very regularly. And that kind of like outweighs everything they've done in their
Like you'll
green
go
smoothie.
from like your score will go from 50 to 50.1
Yeah,
by like doing your like weird like facial like the stuff and like your weird like pressing in your muscles to get rid of like the toxins or whatever these people exercises do. Right? Then drink
Yeah.
your green smoothie. Then you like go like sleep horribly on the weekend, like
Yeah.
party, like get like the equivalent of 2 hours of sleep because of your alcohol, and then you'll drop from like 50.1 to 20. So
Yeah.
what's the point?
So there definitely is like I think it's an education thing. I think most people don't understand how bad lifestyle things are, like drinking.
Yeah.
But I think like for example for me, like I spend a lot of money on health. Like I probably spend thousands of dollars a month on just health benefits. And I have like I've made the investment of every health tech I can think of, other than like the actual big investments like buying like $50,000, $100,000 devices and stuff like that. I've like made I guess I don't have a cold plunge or a sauna, but like big installations, like buying a DEXA machine, like Brian Johnson has, or like buying a sauna or buying a cold plunge at this point in my life. Like that, those are the only like big installation things I haven't done. But every kind of coaching, for the most part, every kind of like wearable, every kind of like health tech, every kind of like supplement, for the most part, I've like made that investment. I think every single dollar is worth it in this case.
Sure.
Yeah, like I think the 8 Sleep, the Whoop, all of these things are totally worth it. But and the way I think about it, right? I don't think most people think about this, is that a lot of people will prioritize their work over their health, thinking that I don't have time to focus on my health. I need to focus on my work. But they're not taking like a long-term perspective, because once you get to like 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, like let's say I spend $1,000 a month on my health. That's like $12,000 a year. That's like $120,000 every 10 years. So how much money do I make a year? Multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. So just by spending, can I live 1 year longer by spending $1,000 a month on my health
Yeah.
by the end of my life?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like taking money and like generating new life. You're like
Yeah.
you're putting the money into a box and you get more life out of it.
Yeah, that's how I think
You're
about
taking your life points. You're taking it and getting the money, and then
Yeah.
you're putting it into a box and getting more life points out of it.
it. Yeah. Like I take my life, I put it into a box, money comes out, and I take the money and I put it in a box and more life comes out.
Yeah.
So like I am generating more life with my money.
yeah.
Yeah. That's how I think about it, right? Think about it. Like that makes sense, right? $120,000, the cost of spending $1,000 a month on my health for 10 years. You don't think I can live 1 year longer? Also think about it this way, right? 1 year when I'm in my 50s and 60s is economically much more valuable than 1 year at this point in my life. The dollar amount, the economic value I'll generate from making it from like my 65th year of life in terms of business, that's like probably over $1 million at that point.
It's
It's totally worth
you're
it.
also ignoring the health span side of things. Like quality of life is also going up.
I'm literally just I'm being a very simple model right now. Like I'm not even
Like
including all the other benefits.
your model has, it's a lower bound, and
Yeah.
even by putting a lower bound, it is still like a
still
good trade. It's still a good trade to make it with the lower bound.
It is not just a good trade; it's a no-brainer trade.
Yeah.
There's no way it could be a negative trade.
Like you were saying, like I have $1, you put it into this box, I'll give you 5, at least 5, if I'm not considering the 10 other things that could make it more than $5.
Yeah, and yet people still don't do it. Yet people are like, "Oh, is that worth it though?"
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, I'll give you an example. AG1.
It's because of values. It's because people value spending the money on other things.
I think people they do value spending on other things, but like if you think about just like the economic principle here, which is like, oh, like I'll spend on my business, but I won't spend on my health. Actually, people don't do
sure.
that. No one does that. Do people spend on their business? I think a lot of people spend on their education, but not their health. Like there are guys who will spend $200K to go in debt to go to get like a basic degree at college, but they won't spend like to get healthy organic food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, almost every health investment I've ever made has been worth it, so I'd recommend doing more of those. Do you want to list some investments you made in your health so the listener can get some ideas?
Probably less than you. I have the Aura Ring.
Yeah.
I bought a $3,000 mattress in bed. I bought like
good.
the most premium quality mattress I could find.
Did you get it on Helix Sleep or something else?
No, from Mattress Firm.
That's
Helix
useful.
is not that good.
Helix is not good because our parents said that, or what?
It's not. I also did not have a good experience with Helix. I used to have a personal trainer, so I was spending money on that.
You should start again, I think.
Obviously, like I go to a luxury gym, but that's also to encourage me to go to the gym, and I want to enjoy the experience. What else?
I think that's it for you, right?
Yeah.
All right, for me. I mean, I guess for me, I have a running coach. I have like a bodybuilding coach. I have like a good gym membership. I have Whoop. I have 8 Sleep. I have like I'm getting like a really good mattress. I have like a hat that like helps with balding.
Yeah, I need to get
That's
that
not
too.
economic value, but that's like no, you can I can map some economic value from having a good head of hair. But I have like a red light hat that like you wear every 2 nights, and it like increases blood flow in your head, and it like encourages more hair growth. I spend like 100 a month on like hair growth supplements, like
But I need to start those things.
yeah, like Nutrafol and stuff like that. Like I take AG1 every morning, even though people don't think it does anything. Actually, to solve that question, I was like really torn on it, and I had ChatGPT deep research answer it. Take AG1 or no?
What did it say?
It said take it.
That's good.
So I just trust it. So I take AG1. I take Element in the mornings. I take Momentous creatine. So like I have Momentous sleep packs. That's like apigenin, magnesium, L-threonate, and L-theanine when I want to in the night. Yeah, I do like Momentous protein powder, creatine, stuff like that. What else? I think that's mainly it. I have like the best toothbrush.
That's good.
I have like a Philips Sonicare brush. I have like the highest rated best toothbrush I could find. I have like the highest best toothpaste. It's like hydroxyapatite, so it's like fluoride free toothpaste that Huberman recommended and this person talked about as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have like a night guard so my teeth don't like shred apart in the night. I have like the best chapstick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all these things. I have like special shampoos and stuff. I have like a special body soap. Oh, and there's another thing, like fragrance free, like phthalates and stuff. Like every single thing I use is like phthalate free, fragrance free and stuff too.
Wait, which body wash should I get then?
The native one's pretty good. I think you used that
Okay.
already, right?
No, I have some random one.
Use some random one. There's probably phthalates in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fragrance like is like estrogenics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think all of these things are clearly worth it. Like I think it's foolish to not invest in it. Speaking of which, I think why don't you just start your coaching again?
For lifting,
Yeah.
I don't need lifting coaching. Like I know how to make my own program by now, and it wasn't even making me consistent.
Wait, really? Why not?
Dude, I just didn't go even though he scheduled it, and he didn't say anything about it.
I think
Again.
I think your coach is not the barbell logic coach you got. Other than we used to work with the same guy, but this new guy is not very good. If you don't go and he doesn't say anything, that's not doing the job.
Dude, I'm going by myself now anyway. It's fine.
Also, I found that you will get to the point you may get to the point you were by going by yourself, but in order to get to the next level, which is like beyond your peak, you will not be able to do that on your own.
The program is literally the same. I tell him what to put. In the program.
You tell him what to put.
Yeah, dude, I told him what to put in the program.
He's not a good coach then.
Dude, it's literally. I know 98% of what he's going to do. I know.
Also, okay, then by that example, why does Chris Bum set up coach then?
He doesn't know 98% of what the coach is going to do.
Well, because his coach is way better than your coach.
I learned from him for the first couple months to 6
Yeah.
months of how to program, and then I knew how to program because I learned from him
So you're telling me like you can program as well as basically any coach
for myself.
for your goals.
For
I guess.
myself.
Yeah, that makes
For
sense.
myself, yeah.
And your goals.
Dude, it's like there's a teacher who taught me how to like do the class, and now I can do the class now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the class is only good so far. That's the thing. It's like I could maintain and maybe get slightly better on my own, but I have lofty goals, so I don't think I can just like get to the next level.
What are
by
your
myself.
lofty? I think the last episode we had, you were talking about how you think you're like genetically cursed in lifting.
I am genetically cursed. I am genetically cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to step on stage one day.
Step on stage one day.
That's my goal. My goal is in the next probably 3 to 5 years from now, I want to compete in at least one natural bodybuilding show.
Dude, I feel like you have to gain a lot more muscle to do that.
I've like discussed with ChatGPT extensively on this,
That's good.
and I need to put on 15 to 20 more pounds of muscle to even like be even like considered competitive at like
Yeah.
a really basic natural bodybuilding stage. Now,
Yeah.
is that possible? Yes. Is it realistic? No. Based on my past results of the past 5 years, but
So despite GPT being sycophantic, it told you that it's not realistic.
it didn't say it's not real. It said it's realistic. I'm
Yeah.
saying it's like
You need to discount. You need to anything GPT says that's positive. You need to discount it because
Yeah, 'cause it's sycophantic.
it has positive bias.
Yeah. I'm saying
Yeah.
it said it was totally realistic. I was already discounting it. I think the numbers are accurate though. 15 to 20 pounds of more muscle before I'm like worth going on stage. I think that makes sense. My thought process on this is that I may never
Wait,
get that.
but I have 15 pounds more muscle than you.
Yeah, you could probably get on stage in 1 or 2 years.
So like where I was at, I was
Yeah.
195, about 16.5% body fat. So you think if I cut down to
You would have to cut down to
185, cut down to
6 to 8%
185,
body fat.
you have to be 6 to 8%
These,
body fat. to be
these
on
competitive
stage.
natural bodybuilders are between 6 and 8% body
6
fat.
to 8% body
Yeah,
fat.
all these bodybuilders are like 6 to 8%, between 6 and 9%.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what these guys do.
So
Let's
I would
look it up.
okay. So I would have to cut probably like 15 to 20 pounds to get down to like 9% body fat at 180,
Yeah.
and I could walk on stage.
Yeah, you probably could.
Dude, there's no way, dude.
No, but it would be hard because number one, you would not be able to cut down that unless you like committed your whole life to it, and also you had
It would probably be one cut, another bulk, and then another cut, and then
Yeah.
maybe it's close.
ChatGPT is saying between 4 and 7%.
Dude, it's not 4 to 7% natural.
Okay, it's not 4, but it's
I
like
think it's probably sub 9 and below probably.
it's like the best ones are like, I mean the pros are like 6, but like the best, like even like someone who's relatively competitive, you know, they show them, they're like, yeah, that guy's like gunning for it. They're like between 6 and 9, no more than 9.
Dude,
No more than 9. 9 is a lot, like for a natural bodybuilder on stage day. You should watch how these guys look. Watch like Will Tennyson's natural bodybuilding video and look at his quad in the green room. Yeah. Well, dude, watch some of these guys. Like then you'll actually see what it's like.
I watched it. He won, right?
He won.
Yeah.
Dude, like these guys are unbelievable. But I would think you need to go through one proper bulk and then you're probably ready. To like in terms of muscle mass, then you have to go on an insane
I would have to go back to where I was. Now I'm down to 180 now. I've
Yeah.
gained 15 pounds back. So I would have to get to where I was.
Yeah.
Then bulk to like 200 to 205.
Yeah.
Then go through a big cut and then maybe like a small bulk and then another cut.
Yeah.
Or maybe
then
like
you'd
a
be ready.
maintenance and another
And also while you're doing this, you need to be practicing posing for like at least an hour a day. Like
An hour a day.
Posing, trust me, posing can make or break. Literally, that's it. You know, the Olympia, right? Do you ever like look in the Olympia? I think you know who C-Bum is, but you don't know who the other guys are.
No, I don't know who the other guys are.
There's a guy named
Like,
Ramon Dino. Do you know who Ramon
Okay.
Dino is?
No.
He's like a Brazilian guy. He's like number 2 to C-Bum. Like people were thinking he was gonna beat C-Bum last year or this year, but he didn't.
Okay.
Right? A lot of guys say Ramon Dino has more muscle, like he looks better, but C-Bum's posing is just that much better.
Oh.
Like posing makes a huge difference in bodybuilding. So it's like an art. So you have to train posing as well at the very same time. So I think you honestly like, yeah, you could have, and if you really wanted to, like you could compete in a natural bodybuilding show and be competitive in a few years if you really wanted to.
Dude, what?
What do you mean?
What do you mean be competitive? Like I could show up and like
Not be the worst
Not-
guy there.
not be like extremely bad. Like I would be like, okay, like this guy's like it's like it makes sense that at least he's here. Like he's in
You
the
could
room.
show up at a local show
and be like,
like
in the room.
Iowa, and like of like the 7 guys there, you would be like better than between 1 and 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean by being competitive. Basically, not being a toss out. Like, not showing me like, dude, everyone looks better than why is that guy even here? That's what I'm saying, right? Competitive means like, okay, like you're better than 1 to 3 guys there at like a local show, like an Iowa show. I'm not saying like national or something. Like Will Tennyson's at like one of the Canadian national ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about these guys. Like Jesse James West he got number 2 at one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like our friend Cheyenne competes in these local shows, and he won the most recent one he competed at.
I think he's going to the national one now.
Yeah, he competed. He won at a local one, so he's going to nationals, right? So like, if you look at his physique looks good. Obviously, much better than the average person. But if you look at his physique and you compare it to like big bodybuilders, it's not as huge because he's like in a natural league, and he's also not as lean as like 6 to 8%.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, anyways, Long story short, I want to step on stage in 3 to 5 years.
Step on stage.
And it's not, there's no, like, nothing's going to happen. It's a personal goal of mine. Like, I just love the sport of bodybuilding. So it would be nice to get to that point where I can, like.
You love the sport of bodybuilding?
Yeah, I do. What do you mean?
Since when have you loved the sport of bodybuilding?
I know more about bodybuilding than any other sport in the world.
What?
I do. What do you mean? Okay. You don't know about, like, I know more about professional bodybuilding. Like, I'll watch, like, breakdowns of, like, the Olympia competitors who are, like, the new guys coming up and stuff like that sometimes.
That's good.
There's, like, some guy named Urs Kalasensky or something. He's, like, some, like, Eastern European guy who's, like, training with Sam Sulek and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, all the former, like, big Olympias, like, Jay Cutler, Phil Heath, Ronnie Coleman, Dorian Yates, like, all these, like, big legends, Arnold, obviously. Like, I know all these names, you know? Like, I don't know that for any other sport.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my goal. I'm going for it in the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, any other topics you want to discuss today?
Is there anything else? I don't know.
We can talk about your work, Harvey AI.
There's not much to say. I just started.
Well, you
this
haven't.
week.
You've never worked a full-time job before. It's all been internships.
Well, I was working on my own startup stuff, but not like a
Yeah,
job.
but like worked a corporate. Like you've shown.
Like,
Is there an
not
office? There's an
showing-
office, right?
Yeah, obviously.
I don't know how big. How many employees does Harvey have?
It's 300 to 400 people.
So it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's their
it's a-
valuation
it's-
right now?
The previous valuation they raised at was $3 billion.
So it's like
Let
a
me check
unicorn
something.
company, you would call it.
Yeah. And they haven't confirmed anything else, but they're likely raising soon again at a higher valuation.
So did you make friends with your employees, other guys, or no?
I kind of talked to some guys during lunch and stuff. My friend who's currently there was in New York this week, but he's coming back. I wouldn't say I'm like friends with anyone, but like I talk to these guys or talk to people.
So
at work.
is everyone, or like for example, is everyone in person there? 300, 400 people in person, that one office, or no?
They're doing 3 days a week in person, but it's at least my impression is that most people are coming in person almost every day. And it's also not all in SF. So some
like,
people
where else is it?
are in London, New York.
Oh, really? London? New
Like
York?
I can work out of New York if I want. At least I think. I don't know. Maybe I would have to be in
Yeah.
SF because my team is there, but I don't know.
So
Yeah.
how far is your office from your apartment?
It's like a 13-minute walk.
That's really good.
Yeah, I can just walk over there.
Yeah, I think that's worth
Yeah.
it. Getting an apartment that's a 13-minute walk from your workplace.
Otherwise, I would have to take public transport.
I think you're like against public transport. I can just
Yeah, I'm against public transport.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
I
it.
watched too many videos of when Hamza almost getting knifed on public transport to like feel totally comfortable on it.
Yeah, I don't know about how San Francisco is now, but it used to be bad before. So
I think it's like not if it's better, it's not much better.
yeah,
Let's be honest. Like
yeah,
yeah, I think the new like mayor like promised to clean up the streets a few years back and like nothing really changed.
yeah. I don't know. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know because I just came here.
All right, I know you have to go to get a haircut, but any recs in the last 1 or 2 minutes?
Recommendations? What I listened
This is a
to
shorter
week.
episode. Any recs?
I don't even know if I listened to anything like useful this week. Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
listened to Chris Williamson. Daniel Priestley was good.
Yeah, I
was
really liked
good.
that episode.
What else?
Yeah, I guess
I've been listening to the Oppenheimer soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It's good.
it's pretty good.
you feel like a genius while listening to that.
Yeah. I've been listening to the
like-
Oppenheimer soundtrack
Yeah.
a lot. I watched I was talking to ChatGPT to summarize the plot of Harry Potter last weekend because I was remembering like everything that happened in Harry Potter.
Yeah. They're making a
Yeah.
new show. They're making a new Harry Potter show. They just picked the new Harry, Ron, and Hermione 2 days ago.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like there's another kid with red hair. There's like a new Harry. Like
Yeah.
there's a new Hermione.
Yeah.
And apparently Snape is black now.
Oh, that's good.
And like people are angry because in the book it says he's like pale skinned with like long hair.
Snape is supposed
Right.
to be pale skinned.
Yeah, but then he's black now with like short hair.
Oh,
Yeah, so I just thought it was funny. Like that's like the new internet drama these days.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was asking GPT to like analyze like the psychology of Voldemort and why he was like killing everyone and stuff.
I think we need to talk about
because
like, AI in
when
our
you're a
lives,
kid,
yeah.
when you're a kid, like you kind of just take it as a given. Like he is evil. He like
Yeah.
wants to kill everyone. But then when you're adult, it's like, wait, why?
Yeah. I think he's like based off of Hitler. Like he's a Hitlerian figure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
because like the way that they treat mudbloods is like Jews and stuff, like
Yeah.
Maleborans. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would recommend. I recommend Lord of the Rings the extended edition.
Okay.
It's on HBO Max. They have about an hour of additional footage for every single movie. So like the original is like 2 hours and 45 minutes. The extended edition is 3 hours and 56 minutes each.
Okay.
So it's just pretty good. I'm like watching it like a little bit every day with Ophelia. So
Nice.
just like Lord of the Rings is pretty good. Like I'm watching this movie that came out in the early 2000s and thinking they haven't made anything like this since then.
Okay.
Like I don't think they've really made anything as good in terms of film as Lord of the Rings since then. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. Also, we went to New Zealand and I'm like looking at the landscapes, like realizing, wow, this is where it was filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk to you guys next week then.